Hey guys, Charmanders here, and today we are going to analyze Roserade for Master Premiere. A lot of people have been asking me for this video, so I'm trying to hype it up, but I just can't. Okay, so this is why it's really hard for me to hype up. So at level 50, Roserade, which a lot of you can get for Community Day at level 50, because you're going to likely get enough XL candy, maxed out 3359. If you look at Metagross, that's some really high attack, right? Yeah, that's the thing. If you look at the comparisons of Roserade compared to a lot of things, Roserade's stats are really high. However, its attack does fall subpar compared to other Pokemon. However, like I mentioned before, you can get this at level 50 because it's likely you're going to get a lot of XL candy for Roselia Community Day. So, without further ado, it's a Grass and Poison type. For Master Premiere, because of how chaotic the meta is, because of XLs, this is a great typing, but as you see here, it's kind of, it really just depends. So as you see, your weaknesses are Fire, Flying, Ice, and Psychic. Now, depending on how XL Pokemon are running around, or the general basis of it, you probably will see a lot of Flying. Like, there's actually not a lot of weaknesses. For example, if someone has, probably the biggest one you will see is probably, like, something like XL Mamoswine. So, yeah, if you're going to see Ice. So, Grass is actually pretty safe. The issue with Grass is there's a lot of things that do resist Grass in Masters Premiere, i.e. Steel types like Metagross, Dragons like Dragonite. Dragonite actually double resists you, so that's even worse. Garchomp can give you Garchomp doesn't resist you, but you are, because of the fact that you are ground type, like you have poison, ground actually does neutral damage to you, so yeah. It's really weird. But you do resist a ton of things, so you will resist other Roserades. You will resist Electric, so you do resist things like Shadow Electivire or Electivire XL if they do have Electivire XL, which is actually really powerful. You will resist Togekiss XL. You also resist Fighting types and Water types as well. So like Waterfall, like Milotic, or like Waterfall, or Hydrocan, Swampert, etc. So there is a decent amount of resistances you have for Master Premiere. Now the question is, can this thing with its special moveset of Bullet Seed, Weather Ball, and Grass Knot, or secondary move, whichever you want, is it really good for Master Premiere? We're going to find out. Alright, here's the peeppoke.com rankings. As you see here, if I type Roserade, here's what we get. Roserade actually ranks at number 59. So there's actually a massive improvement versus it not having Bullet Seed, because you're actually able to generate energy quickly. And like I mentioned, Bullet Seed has a lot of targets, or Grass has a lot of targets. As you see here, you're able to beat out Metagross, Magnezone, so basically you're able to Fire Weather Ball the Steel types to death. You're able to take out Swampert, Rhyperior, and Mamoswine. So you can actually take out a lot of relevant typings. Now the ironic thing is you actually lose to Togekiss and Machamp, which technically you do resist their charms, but because Roserade is so glassy, because of its stats as high attack, low defense, well, not really low defense, but it has a lot higher, it's not super bulky compared to other Pokemon. It can get charmed down, or it can just get beat down by other types. However, this is just considering that Roserade isn't XL. So, when I go to Matrix, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to compare it to, like, XL, or possible XLs that could be out right now. As you see, it's best used as a lead or closer. You don't want to use it as a switch, because if you get locked into a negative matchup, you're going to get annihilated. Unfortunately, Roserade isn't super overpowered to where it's like really, really safe compared to things like Swampert. Not really Swampert, I mean like Snorlax or Metagross. So you don't want to use it as a switch. As you see in the lead, it's number 34, being able to take out the steals like I mentioned. It actually is able to take on a lot of popular leads, or possible popular, that's like Magnezone, Machamp, etc. But as you see in the closers where it shines, or probably in my opinion shines the most, because you're able to nuke a lot of relevant typings. Now, without shields, you will lose to things like Metagross, etc. just because you are glassy. That's why you don't want to use it in a switch. In a switch scenario, Roserade only wins at number 52. So, if you leave it in the back and you throw it into something that it beats, you might be able to take a matchup. You might be able to take that matchup. Alright, here's the peepoke.com matrix as you see here. Please consider donating peepoke.com. Alright, so we're gonna try Roserade. Here we go. We're gonna give it Roserade. However, for Roserade, I just put it, so I'll put some extra work in here, okay? Here's the Master Premier meta. This is like level 40, and then I put a bunch of Pokemon that could be level 50. Charizard, Roserade, Rhyperior XL, Metagross XL, God forbid if you have this thing. Machamp XL, because it usually had a Korean day, and some people do have Gyarados XLs, Swampert XL, and Togekiss XL. So I put like 6 or 7 possible XL Pokemon along with level 40s. So we're gonna weigh everything against that. I put level 50 Roserade as you see here, and I put a level 51 as well. So if you want a best buddy, just to see if there's a difference. We're gonna run the 2 shield, and hopefully we're gonna see if this thing can actually beast through Master Premier. I don't know if I hopes, but you know, let's give it a shot. So we hit the Matrix. As you see here, level 50 is able to take on a lot of things. Well, level 40 wise. So you're still going to lose to Dragonite and Charizard, unfortunately. That's because they do resist both of your things. You're going to actually lose to Garchomp because Garchomp can outpace you with a lot of things. Unfortunately, it does resist Weather Ball, so you have to Grass Knot to death, and unfortunately, Garchomp will like outpace you. You do beat Electivire, you beat Excadrill, you also beat Garchomp. You lose again, you beat Gardevoir, you beat Gyarados, both versions. You lose against Haxorus, but you beat Machamp, Magnezone, Mamoswine, Metagross, both versions of Metagross in the 2 shield, as well as Rhyperior, Scizor, Snorlax. Except the Shadow one. So it's really, really strong. Except, even despite having an XL, as you see here, you're still going to lose against Togekiss, because Togekiss can actually just charm you down. No matter how many, no, literally, look, you literally Hadouken, you throw a ton of Weather Balls against it, but even then, you're only doing 47 damage. So you only do a quarter of Togekiss's damage when you fire in 69 seconds. So, unfortunately, that's what sucks. You can still get, high damage output mons can still beat you down. And anything that basically resists grass, yeah, like Charizard and Dragonite. Now, this is the synopsis. As you see, you're going to lose to Dragonite, Garchomp, etc. Basically, anything that does resist fire, or resist fire, like Weather Ball, just because of Fire Weather Ball. You even get beat by Glaceon, so Glaceon can take you out because grass is weak to ice. Yeah, going down Typhlosion, Charizard, unfortunately, you still lose against Charizard. So here's the XL analysis, or how you match up against other XLs. So the level 51 will beat the level 50 just because of CMP. You beat out Rhyperior XL, you even beat Metagross XL. So you can beat Metagross XL, which is pretty nuts. Unfortunately, Machamp XL will run you over. As you see here, Machamp XL will give you a hard time. I believe you even lose against the Shadow version. So as you see here, here's Machamp XL, and then here's Roserade. As you see, you lose in everything except the zeros, or if you have shield advantage. Along with that, if it's Shadow, let's see, if it's just Shadow XL, God forbid someone has Shadow XL, you actually beat it into 2 shield, but you drop the 1 shield. So it's kind of wonky. Yeah, it's actually really wonky, but yeah. So as you see, you double Weather Ball, Weather Ball, Weather Ball, Weather Ball, and then you Grass Knot. But you literally live with 1 HP in a dream, so this isn't even a good matchup to really go against. I would weigh against the regular Machamp, because a lot more people have it, and as you see here, you don't do particularly well against it, unfortunately. Machamp XL can run you over. You beat Swampert XL, however, and Togekiss still, like I mentioned, Togekiss. So it looks like along with, what the general XL, Pokemon, as you see here, it looks like you can squeeze out a win with level 51 against a level 50 Gyarados, but you barely win. As you see here, you have to double bait, hit a Grass Knot, and you have to fire Weather Ball. Unfortunately, you cannot just go straight Grass Knot and hope to win, sadly. So as you see here, it wrecks pretty hard. You can try to use Razor Leaf. Actually, we'll add that in here. Why don't we add a Roserade with Razor Leaf? Just out of curiosity. Here's a Razor Leaf Roserade at level 50, and then we'll analyze that bit as well. I don't recommend you have it, because as you see here, Bullet Seed does pick up some things. With Razor Leaf, you pick up Gengar, and you lose a ton of other matchups. And as you see here, despite having Razor Leaf actually only picks up the Machamp. So you can shred through level 50 Machamp, and you can shred through, wow, you can actually shred through Gyarados as well. So you can actually just Razor Leaf down Gyarados. As you see here. So Razor Leaf does have play. In the 1 shield, so we're going to run the 1 shield. 1 shield, let's see. So in the 1 shield against the 40s, you actually drop a lot of matchups. You're going to lose against both. Yeah, you actually drop a lot. So with Razor Leaf, you only pick up Conkeldurr, You beat Electrode, Excadrill. You lose against both versions of Garchomp, Dragonite, and Charizard, of course, because they double resist you. You lose against Gengar, Glaceon, and Gyarados, except that unless it's Waterfall. You beat Machamp, Magnezone, Mamoswine, Metagross. So you beat a lot of things in the one shield. As you see in the one shield, you beat a lot of things. And you even beat Togekiss. So you can beat Togekiss in the one shield. I think you can go straight Weather Ball. So in the two shield, you lose against Togekiss. In the one shield, you can beat Togekiss straight Weather Ball. Now against the XLs, as you see here, you will lose against Metagross XL. So it looks like you only beat it. You beat it in two shield, but you lose in the one shield because Metagross XL just does a ton of damage. Also, with level 51, it looks like you can take on Machamp. Unfortunately, you do lose if you have level 50. Razor Leaf only picks up the... it looks like you lose just because of the damage. So, as you see here, there looks to be some kind of, like, bulk or breakpoint or whatnot. But, like, as you see here... Wait, why is it... Okay, well, let's change that. Machamp XL, like, just totally trucks you to death. So, let me switch that real quick. But it looks like... Yeah, it's not very forgiving. Let's give it Rock Slide. Yeah, we'll do that. Give Rock Slide, Tip Battle. Yeah, as you see here, not much of a difference. Rock Slide, Machamp will run you over, and then it looks like you can win with level 51, but not level 50. So there is some kind of break or bulk point in here that allows you to beat a level 50 Machamp in the one shield. It looks like you're able to beat it in the ones and the zeros. However, you do lose if you're in the two shield, or if they have shield advantage. So as you see, it does pretty well. Not too well against Gyarados. Like, Dragon Breath Gyarados can still run you over, so be wary of that. And you still lose to Togekiss XL. So Togekiss XL will run you over. In the zeros, as you see here, if we hit the zeros, this is the second best position for Roserade, but it's a lot like the one shield. As you see here, you actually drop a lot of matchups too, so it's not very, very comfy. So in the zeros, like I said, not very comfy. You still lose against things like Snorlax, Haxorus, Gengar, etc. As far as XL on XL action, you do beat Rhyperior XL, however, you will lose to Metagross, you also lose to Gyarados, and you also lose to Togekiss. You can beat Machamp XL, as we mentioned before, but it looks like it's not too much different. The one shield looks very similar to the zeros, except in the zeros, you do lose some matchups. Now, if you have shield advantage, you do very well. With shield advantage, you only lose against Charizard, Dragonite, Garchomp, and basically anything that doubles. So you very powerful with shield advantage. So on the one of zeros, it looks pretty dang good. You lose to, yeah, like I said, you only pick up lose four matchups in the one of zeros, which is great. As you see, Razor Leaf shreds through a lot of things as well. I mean, well, it shreds through a lot of things, but you lose things like Roserade, Metagross, etc. 2 to zeros, as you see here, in the 2 to zeros, you only lose against Charizard and Dragonite. Unless you're running Razor Leaf, then you lose against Charizard as well. But in Master Pro, you're probably not going to find too many scenarios where you will get into the 2 to zeros, unfortunately. 1 to zeros is a little more realistic, not the 2 to zeros. So it's really strong in the 1 to zeros, and it does pick up a lot of matchups. As you see with shield advantage, you're able to take on a lot of things. You unfortunately, with the level 51 also allows you to itch out matchups against level 40s. But if these were level 50, I'm pretty sure you would lose. For example, against Glaceon, you do win in the 2 to 1s with shield advantage. However, if this is an XL Glaceon, which that's actually a good point, someone might actually have one, you lose very convincingly. So XL Glaceon, that can go to town against you. As you see here, in shield advantage, you do beat a majority of the possible XL meta as of right now. Well, actually, if you add in Glaceon, you'll lose to Glaceon. But yeah, Glaceon level 50. Someone might have one out there for Master Premier. That does beat you. And you still lose to Togekiss. So, Roserade is... Yeah, and you still lose to Togekiss. So, Roserade is very prone to getting run over. But, like, as you see here, in shield advantage scenarios, it does very, very well in Master. So, if I had to give Roserade a rating, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. So it's not bad per se. So here's the thing. If you give it level 40, so here's level 40 against Premier Cup. 62. So if you give it level 50, here's what happens. Level 50, as you see here. Level 51 does matter as well. So if you do happen to, like, best buddy a hundo and want to use it, it actually can flip some matchups in some scenarios. Is it really dependable? Not super dependable, but yeah. So it's a bit, that's what it is. Like, it does really well. The only issue is what you're weak against. As you see here, Dragonite absolutely runs you over. That's pretty popular in the meta. and other fire types. Like, you don't see Charizard very often, but you can see level 50 Charizard. And the thing about it is, it's just... it's very dangerous that, like, so the thing about Roserade, and the reason why I don't give it a super high rating, or I'm not really too confident about it, here's Roserade versus Togekiss. Now, this is a regular Togekiss. This isn't even level 51. Here's what happens. You lose against Togekiss in the 2 shield. You only beat it in the 1 shield, or if you have shield advantage. Level 50 Togekiss is even worse. So the thing is, one of the big problems with Roserade, it's glassy. It's so glassy that, as you see here, other level 50 Pokemon can run you over. Well, like, basically run you over. Here's Gyarados at level 40. So if we give it Dragon Breath, as you see here, Gyarados can beat you in the 1s and the 0s as long as you're not in the 2 shield. And this is a bait-dependent matchup. You have to land a Grass Knot. Other level 50 Pokemon effectively will run you over. That's a level 40. This is a level 50. Here's what happens when you have a level 50. You lose in all scenarios unless you are up shield advantage. Other level 50 Pokemon give you a problem. That's the issue. Here's a regular Machamp. You beat a regular champ. Here's what happens when you have a level 50 Machamp. Things change quite a bit. So, as you see, you beat in all scenarios with a regular champ. Level 50, you lose the 1 in the 0s. And this one right here, as you see here, you have to land a Grass Knot. You can't really go straight Weather Ball. If you try to go straight Weather Ball, you lose. As you see here. Well, actually you win, but like you drop the 1 to 0. So you can go straight Weather Ball, but like, yeah, you still lose matchups. You see what I mean here? Because it's so glassy, other things that outpace you or do a ton of damage over time can take out Roserade. And that's just the unfortunate thing about it. There's also popular picks like Metagross, etc. The good thing is you're able to beat things like Metagross. So here's Metagross. Roserade with Weather Ball at level 50 can take out a regular Metagross. However, if that Metagross happens to be level 50, as you see here, you only win the 2 shield. So as you see here, other level 50 Pokemon can give you a really hard time. Charizard is not level 50. However, a Charizard will effectively wall you almost completely unless it's in the 2 to 0s. If it's a level 50 Charizard and it has Dragon Breath, it will destroy you. If it has Fire Spin, you basically die. So here's that's Dragon Breath. This is Fire Spin. Fire Spin, you get destroyed. I think Fire Spin Sword will even wipe you out at level 40. As you see here, yeah. So that's the problem. Roserade loses to a lot of other potential level 50s. The only, like, that's just the big issue. Roserade won't give you a humongous advantage. You can use it with Razor Leaf. It will probably give you, like, more of a, like, with Razor Leaf can give you some play, as you see here. If you go into the Matrix, and then you give it Razor Leaf, you could possibly try to use it in, like, a Razor Leaf strat, but unfortunately, you don't have too many targets. So your biggest targets would probably be like, Swampert, of course, is your biggest target. Excadrill, Rhyperior. So Razor Leaf can give you some play, and then other things. But that's just what Roserade is. Roserade loses to a lot of other level 50s, and it can get prone to getting hit down by a lot of things. So it does beat a lot of it does beat a lot of good matchups in 2 shield, and it still does really well against in the master. It does really well with its current moveset. So I wouldn't rule it out. If you want to use it, I'd give it a try. But if you start tanking, I wouldn't continue to do it, because like I said, a lot of other level 50s will run over Roserade. I hope this really helps you out. I went a little in-depth into this one because Roserade, a lot of people, even on stream, have been asking me, is this thing going to work for Master Premier or Ultra Premier? And I'm like, I want to give it a shot, but on first glance, the one thing that's keeping Roserade back from being really, really good is simply its stats. Roserade is incredibly glassy. This is Roserade's stats at level 50. This is Gyarados' stats at level 50. If you make a comparison, and we do a comparison, so if we go to Battle, you go to Multi, you go to Master, and you go to Master Premier, if you compare it to, let's see, Gyarados at level 50, it's just Gyarados is so much stronger. So as you see here, Gyarados and it's just its stats. The stamina of Gyarados makes a humongous difference over the stamina of Roserade. And just because of the glassiness, unfortunately, it just doesn't add up too well. As you see, Dragon Breath Gyarados in the 2 shield is incredibly powerful against a lot of the meta. 88%. This is Roserade in the 2 shield with 73. So there's just better XLs to run out here. It can work very well in a team, But I would definitely run it in the back, just because if you do get locked into, like, per se, a Dragonite or a Dragonite, it's gonna suck a lot. You can bully through Metagross in the 2 shield. However, if they safe out and give you shields, you lose the 1 and 0s. So people can finesse you as well. If you have any questions, please put in the comments. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Good luck on your Go Balixes, and I will see you on the next video. Hopefully this helps you out and decide on whether or not you want to use Roserade for Master Premier. Again, it's not the best thing since Slice Spread, but if you really want to use it, as you see here, it does pick up some positive matchups, and it can do you well in Master Premier Cup.